We have a lot to be thankful for. What a night in Trojan Arena. It was senior day, and our seniors had family here, loved ones here, and wow, did they ever put on a performance. I don't know if they could have been stopped today. The way they came out, so determined and playing so well. We're just thankful for everything about it. We had 3 players have double-doubles, which is really rare. And again, Zay with a 20-point, 20-rebound game. We also had people who were not seniors come in. We had a freshman come in, Sanaya, really help us, especially in the first half with 9 points and 5 rebounds in the first half, which continued to give us a boost. When we had a couple people go out with a little foul trouble, and to have her come in and keep that spark going was important. But we're so thankful for seniors that they were able to go out of Trojan Arena in this way. They have been so dedicated to the cause of Troy and representing Troy well that I'm glad they went out this way. But our work is by far not done, because we won't be satisfied unless we hang a banner in here that says Sun Belt Conference champions. So we have a lot of work cut out for us to do that. We go probably on our hardest trip of the entire year to Arkansas State. It's hard to beat them at home. It's also going to be a double header where their men's crowd will be coming in at the end to cheer them on in the most important moments of the game. So yeah, we just got to get resolved and get over there and get this win.
And Coach, I know you talked about it, but obviously freshman Sanaya kind of stunk up the senior party by having a good performance. But the seniors really did perform tonight. Like you said, 3 double-doubles. All 3 were seniors. But let's go outside of the stats, and as a coach, having that ceremony pregame, hugging the families, hugging the players, presenting them all these things, and to have someone like Zay Dyer, who's, forever immortalized in the record books, Fortuna, who's going in there, Amani, who's having one of the single best shooting seasons in program history. Mm-hmm. As a coach, how do you keep yourself composed, in terms of emotions?
Well, I told them in the film room yesterday that I was going to remove my emotions on this day. And for me, it wasn't going to be senior day, because I couldn't afford to give that a thought out on the court before the game, because I had to keep my mind focused on the things it takes to win the game. And that didn't go over. I mean, pretty much I was crying out there and tearing up. I mean, it's impossible not to feel how special this is, and to see them out there with their families. And, we don't always get to see their families. Kamisha's family came from California. We don't get to see their families, but to see them out there with their families and the pride their families had in them and all they're accomplishing, I had a lot of emotion.
And Coach, continuing on that emotion, it felt like with the blowout victory, you were kind of able to have a special moment, it felt like, where I don't know if you noticed it, but it felt like every single break, a senior came out, and it kind of had a curtain call, for it. Was that intentional? And what was it like to be able to just see them come off and hear Trojan Nation kind of erupt when they came off the court?
I don't do the subs, the position coaches do, and they probably had a lot of thought behind that. It was really nice. So I appreciate them. That's something I probably wouldn't have thought of doing. That's why I leave the subbing to them. They do great.
And Coach, we talk about how important this is. I mentioned it to you before you did the Trojan interview, but we secured a top 5 seed last time. We can work our way to a top 3 seed guaranteed after today, and that would be the 12th straight time that we've done a top 4 seed. Talk about what that's going to be like, and how you guys now have the keys in your hand for a share at that regular season title with the games next week.
So 12 seasons in a row being at least a top 4 seed, and I mean, glory to God, that's amazing, because it kind of shows that we really haven't had down years once we got this thing going. We've lost like 90% of scoring, 90% of rebounding in years, and we were able to bounce right back. So there's a lot to be thankful for right there. And it's just all unbelievable that we've been able to keep this success going like this, and I'm just really thankful.
And Coach, what makes this a little bit more unusual is it's Saturday, and we leave tomorrow for Jonesboro, and when we play Tuesday and Friday, what kind of changes are you making as a coach to kind of prepare for those games?
Well, thank goodness it is kind of the middle of the day. We didn't have a night game, so immediately we had to start watching film and getting ready for the Arkansas State game. We'll have 8 hours on the bus tomorrow evening to get ready to plan for the practice, which will be the next day at their place. We only have 1 practice and 1 shoot around before we play. It needs to be one of the most focused preparations of our season. It's the most important preparation of our season.
And Coach, I know I kind of touched on a final question, but in the locker room you said our championship is next Tuesday. We can secure this right then and there. Talk about how, if you can, just emphasize a little bit more about how important that matchup is going to be in terms of deciding who becomes the regular season champ.
Yeah, So we do still have one game after that at South Alabama, and so we got to win both of them. But we say that that's our championship because you have to take them one at a time. And with that one, Arkansas State, everybody understands the weight of it. They beat us last year, and they're definitely one of the top teams in the conference, and they're maybe the hardest to beat at their place. So as bad as we want this championship, we have a huge mountain standing in our way, and we've got to figure out how to move it. And I have no doubt that we will figure out how to move it. But it's going to take a lot of focus and intensity, and we just want to do it for Troy University.